All right, what in the world is happening on Vashon? What is going on? All right, well, you ready? It's actually not super exciting, but hey, it is what it is. Come on down. Let's see what's happening on Vashon this week. Okay, according to the Beachcomber, we've got more news about the predatory teachers that we've been covering last couple of weeks, including, and I wasn't there, but I had friends over there, a standing room only, really a shouting room only school board meeting. This is such a professional and gracious way to say this. At a standing room only school board meeting on April 27th, community members and students voiced their dissatisfaction over the district's handling of separate, now concluded investigations of two high school teachers. Okay, it was loud. There was a lot of expletives. There was a lot of emotion because, come on, two teachers, were predators with kids. A female teacher and a male teacher, both were completely inappropriate. One raped a young man, and it was just outrageous. And the way the school board has handled it is crazy making. It's not handled with any sort of care towards what the community would need to get complete to restore faith that it was allowed to continue for as long as it was. It's really upsetting and really disturbing the way the whole thing was resolved. It was, it's just outrageous. I don't know what else to say about it. That the school district wrapped up. It's not ununderstandable how these things happen this way, but the school board wrapped up the investigation so as to avoid any ability for the two teachers to appeal, to save all the cost of the appeal. And because if the school board loses the appeal, they have to pay for the teachers' legal fees, and better to get them out quickly. It's, on one hand, I get it, but oh my gosh, this has settled it that way is just so unacceptable. Now the state is stepped in and is investigating the teachers, which is nice. But they're still on paid administrative leave till October 31st. One is August and one is October 30th, that they're still being paid. How is that the conclusion? How is that the way to wrap that up? It's just outrageous. And the teachers are, the meeting reflected that. The students for whom they were impacted, some of them read letters. What is there to say except, when this happens in a small community, it's really tough. It's a very, very tough situation. And the school board really did need to handle this a lot better than they did. It was just handled from a let's get out of this quickly versus what's it going to take to have the community be whole and complete when this is done. And they're falling behind policy and protocol and, what makes it expedient versus what's actually going to have the community trust the board that they're going to do the right thing. And the answer here in this case is they did nothing to make anyone trust that the school board in the next case would do something different, better. Just they didn't speak to it at all. That didn't actually speak to the concerns that parents in this community have. So, how different is that than any place else? I don't know, but it's very upsetting that it was done this way in our community. So that's the biggest news that there is here on Vashon, is the way that whole thing was handled is just inappropriate and upsetting. So I don't know what else to say about that, but keep you posted on any kind of resolution about that. Nothing new in the world of business here. These are all old news things. First Friday is coming, and there's actually 2 weekends of art on First Friday, which is nice. So this weekend is First Friday. And then next weekend, there's going to be another art tour as well, which is nice. there's a whole bunch of shows downtown. The studio tours run Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5, and the following weekend as well. And you can go to vivaartist.com or pick up to see which studios and galleries are open on which days. There's always a studio crawl on the first Fridays of every month downtown. And that's nice. That'll be tomorrow night. And then Saturday, Sunday are the studio crawls. There's a couple of cool things that are new. There's the credit union has some art from people made from the stuff they got from Granny's, the local consignment shop. And in fact, Granny's itself is open from the first Friday, which is great. I'd love to go thrifting on the first Friday. Super great idea. Love that idea. Dig Deep is happening. Dig Deep is just a dynamite place to see music and art at a very funky old location. Love things, good concerts, good things happening at Dig Deep. The Downtown Gallery Felice has a show on first Friday. Very, very cool. Very much looking forward to the art crawl and the next weekend studio tour. I'm booked this weekend. I can't go, but next weekend I'm looking forward to that. And then let's see, was there something? I thought there was one other thing worth talking. It's a really sort of a slow news week. Oh, look, 4 out of 5 seats are opening the school board. Wow. Can't imagine why that is. Oh, yeah, that was the other thing. The levy passed. Yeah, the parks levy. This is the fire district levy. That's a different levy. The levy on the parks district passed, which is nice. And King County is getting rid of late fines. Come on, keep those books. Love it. They make it almost no income for the library. It's not a disincentive to keep the books, and it doesn't make any money. So, and for every reason, there's just no reason to charge them. Okay. Which is great. Love that they're just dealing with reality about that people don't keep the books longer, and they certainly don't return them sooner because of the little teeny penalties. Which is great. Love that we're getting that back. Okay. That's getting that money back. So we've got the fire levies coming up, but the park levy passed, which is exciting. All right, good. And I think that's it. It's sort of, like I said, a slow week, which we'll, hey, that's what you get on Vashon, is not a whole lot. I love that. It's one of my favorite parts of living here. So there's just not a whole lot going on. Anything interesting? Letters to the editor. Let's see, I'd be surprised if we didn't have something about our friends at the school board. But hey, look, I'm surprised there's nothing about the school board. Little rant about dogs, about gun violence. I'm sure that's against gun violence. Yeah. Calling for gun violence. No problem. So letters to the editor on a small town newspaper. Very cool. Nothing particularly special about any of that. Let's keep you posted about what else is happening out here on the lovely island. But right now, I would say not much. Arts. Let's go to an art. Want to go to an art crawl? Let's do an art crawl. All right. Let me know if you have any questions, anything you want to know about the island, anything you want to know about living in small island life. Happy to help. Nothing much going on right now. Talk to you next week. Bye.